My name is Stefano Cretini, homesteader, YouTuber. Today we are checking out Heybike Horizon. I've been looking for the right e-bike for a farm at an affordable price. After learning from my grass-fed rancher friend that uses an e-bike for everything on his farm, I definitely realized I want to get one of these. I've been able to test a few e-bikes and I have very high requirements. Today we're going to put this Heybike to the test, take it around our farm. I've been using it for a little bit, so I'm going to show you everything, all the cool features, and if this is the best e-bike for a homestead. Let's go. So this bike interface is pretty simple. You get up to 5 settings of the speed that you want, and 0 is unassisted. PAS, pedal assist, is what it stands for. You got lights, off, honk, left turn signal, and right turn signal. What's great about this bike is a 24-inch tire, so it's high enough to make the clearance, especially when I'm going through all the wetlands out here on the farm. And it also features front and back suspension, and that is pivotal. This has been life-changing around here. On the farm, everything here is very bumpy, and this bike just gets me through that. So one of the great features of this bike is that right now I'm not even pedaling with assist, and I'm able to go up versus other electric e-bikes. It just being light is the biggest feature I found on this e-bike that I've enjoyed the most. Here you have the throttle and the brake and all your gear shifting, center console, and it's just smooth. This thing has so much torque, 80 torque newtons. When you hit it, you go so fast. So one of the nice parts about this bike is just the power. As you're riding this along, you know, you don't really have to give it much and it just takes off. As soon as I engage pedal assist, it just off to the races on something like this. I'm just impressed, having tested other e-bikes. The power to weight ratio on this is exactly what you want to go off-roading. And here we're going off-roading a lot. And it's relatively bumpy, but it's still comfortable, which is a huge plus. In my other electric bike that I've tested, you know, it wasn't as much as this. This bike is so smooth. When I'm riding here in the back of the farm in the homestead, you'd actually want to use this bike often instead of using, you know, an expensive ATV. This is such a great replacement with the front and back shocks. And it's just pretty simple. You just plug and play, charge it up, and then when you're ready to use it, you just go. I gotta check on the animals frequently here, so it's just nicer when I'm in a rush to not have to walk out there and use this as an effective tool. After testing different e-bikes, I found what I needed on an e-bike is having front and back suspension, 24-inch tire. It allows us to have more stability, and then a 7-speed Shimano. So even at max speed, we're still able to get a lot of pull with our pedals if we want it. And if not, we're able to cruise 20 miles an hour without any pedaling, which is fantastic. So being able just to hit power, 80 Newton meters torque on this bad boy, which is plenty for how light this bike is. If you get a mid-motor e-bike, they're gonna run you $3,000 plus, and I'm not sure you're gonna get more benefit. This bike comes in under 1,500 bucks, which is fantastic. It's super light, and so that power to weight ratio is phenomenal. Having that 24-inch tire allows this bad boy to cruise through every type of terrain I have here on my farm. I have desert, I have water. One of the key features that you want on a bike like this is the step through. This allows you in an emergency, and especially it happens a lot, even if you're a good rider. We have a lot of hidden holes, or you're going through a wet patch and you might lose your balance a little bit. So it's important to be able to have the ability to get out of the bike in a quick and fast motion. On top of all the features this bike has, it is a folding bike. It does collapse, so you can put it in your trunk. And the biggest issue with e-bikes is weighing a lot. It's really hard for a 90-pound bike. This bike comes in under 70 pounds. For me, I'm able to lift this in the back of a trunk, get the use of it. The rear rack can hold 330 pounds, so I plan to make good use of that at some point. I have my other e-bike. I did a review on that bike, and comparing this is just, they're different animals. And what's incredible is the price is even $700 less on this bike. I don't know how they built such great quality. Disc brakes, you're able to stop real quick, especially going downhill. I feel like I'm in a lot of control with this bike. So the only con with this bike is that it doesn't have a torque sensor. So when you hit the throttle, it takes off, or when you start pedaling, it'll kick on. If you had a torque sensor, it would gently start in. As you pedal slowly, it kicks in slowly, and the faster you go, the more power the bike sends. This is the Heybike Horizon, my favorite pick for a Homestead bike. Overall, this is the best e-bike I've had on this farm. I'm excited to ride this bad boy. I'll put links down below for this bike, and they are having Black Friday specials. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.